I was locked up with a guy in the shoe, black guy. He got like 25 years. He and I are talking about cooperation. He said, yeah, he said, when I was at the pen, he had a guy he played handball with every day. And he goes, my girl knows some drug dealers that she can bust. Get me out of here. He said, man, what the are you talking about? He's like, yes, it's called, and he explains to him, it's called Rule 35.
Third party cooperation.
Right.
All of it, yeah.
She's going to cooperate. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. And he looks at him and he goes, man, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. He's like, I don't want to know, I don't want to be associated. This guy's talking about snitching and shit. I don't want nothing to do with that. Tells him the whole thing. 3 months go by. The guy tells him, he says, my girl busted them guys. He's like, man, I told you I don't want to hear nothing about that. 6 months go by. He says, bro, them dudes all pled guilty. He said, I don't say nothing. I'm like, whatever. He said, 3 more months go by.
He's gone.
Said, yeah, he said one day he's going up to the wreck. He said, I'm supposed to like meet him. And he's passing him. And he's like, bro, you going to meet me out there? He said, no. He said, I'm leaving. Next day, he's doing his job and sees him with his bags and says to him, he goes, bro, what are you doing? You getting transferred? He goes, I told you, I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving.
He went home.
He said, if you're smart, you'll do the same thing. Right. And he walks off. He said, dude went home.
Right.
Now, we're in there, and he's telling me his story. He's all disgusted, right? Yeah, snitch. I'm saying nothing, bro. This guy just got out of the pen.
Right.
He's at the medium.
Right.
And he's been in the medium a month. He's already in the shoe going back to the pen. So I'm sitting there like, oh, yeah, that's up. I don't want to get killed. So I'm sitting there like, yeah. So he sits there. He's like, yeah, he's going on and on. I said, well, I got a question for you. He said, what? I said, and then he told me, he said, can you believe I told my girl that? And then she told me she knew some. He goes, and she's a dude now. He's a big time drug dealer, blah, blah, blah. But she wants me home. Okay, she got his kid, whatever. He's his baby. It's his baby's mama. And he's on the phone with the kid every couple of days.
She lines him up.
Yeah. And I said to him, and I'm sitting there going, bro, I said, listen, let me tell you something. I said, do you think your son, when he's wrestling and he looks up in the stands, do you think that when all of his buddies say, hey, there's my mom, there's my dad, there's my cousin, there's my dad, and they say all that stuff. I said, do you think that your son's going to look up there and think that that stand is empty and tell all of his buddies, yeah, my dad's not here, but he's a stand-up guy?
No.
I said, your son don't give a f.
Yeah.
Your son would rather look up there and say, there's my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's all that fucking matters. I said, you do what you want to do. And so we talk about it for the next day or two. He gets on the phone with his girl and he says, you know that thing you told me about? He goes, yeah, I think you need to call the guy.